Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. For everyone watching, share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands that I feature. And today I'm here with Floorless. How you guys doing today?
Very good.
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And you want to start off and tell us a little history about the band and how the project started?
Sure. I was kind of working on actually a death metal a solo project at the time, and Michael kind of had this idea. This is Michael also, by the way.
Yes.
He had this idea to start kind of an old school industrial metal project, and you know, most of the industrial these days, I feel, both of us kind of feel that it's a little bit on the cheesy side. So that was kind of one of our goals, was to kind of make the old school sound and avoid that cheesiness completely. So we sort of are highly influenced by, you know, old Ministry and Nine Inch Nails and stuff like that. So you could say it was Michael's idea to start this project, and I kind of just
made it better.
Yeah, he you know, sent over a few tracks that he had been working on, and I was pretty much instantly inspired by the stuff that he was coming up with. And really, that's what making music is all about, was like doing what inspires you. So, you know, I just kind of took the tracks that he made and just, you know, embellished on them. And the next thing you know, we had a bunch of songs ready and we started playing shows and stuff.
Awesome. And as you guys evolve over time, you're going to keep the old school industrial feel?
I think so, yeah. It's kind of our formula, you could say. We're always going to, you know, expand on that sound, but I feel that we kind of, we do it well, and we've kind of found a unique niche within that genre. So even though overall it's kind of an old school industrial sound, we still kind of meld it with some newer, you know, sounds and ideas and techniques, definitely. Of course, you know, there's plenty of stuff that wasn't possible back then that now is, and so just by nature of that, you know, those type of things, our music is going to evolve for sure. But you know, definitely the old school industrial sound is where we're best at, I think, for this project.
Awesome. And tell us about your latest album, Telepath.
So it's 10 tracks. Some of them are, you know, guitar based and super heavy and aggressive. Other tracks are sort of ambient and experimental. That's also, you know, sort of part of our foundation is a lot of different influences, and sort of, you know, kind of putting them together in a coherent way. But it comes through on the album because there's a lot of different sounds and styles. But again, it's sort of focused more towards that old school industrial sound, and we're really happy with how it came out. It was a unique album in that we recorded it all during the pandemic, so you know, we weren't able to really collaborate together in the same room a lot, but we used something called Splice, which is like an online live document for our production software. So he'll upload a track, and then I'll go access it on my side and add you know, my pieces to it. And so at the end, it's a collaboration, but really we were never in the same room for the, you know, at the same time for most of the tracks. And some of them were done before the pandemic, but a lot of it was done during. And so it was a unique you know, songwriting process, but I feel that it inspired us in different ways, and so it's sort of a uniquely, you know, pandemic album that it couldn't have been made at any other time, and if it was made at any other time, it would sound different, I feel.
It's definitely a little more pain to make the way we made it.
Yeah, it was not convenient, that's for sure. But you know, we got through it, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So.
Wow, it's amazing how the pandemic influenced this album.
That's true. It's you know, and like I said, we utilized this technology that, you know, has not existed, you know, for all that long, and it was
we've made attempts in the past to try to work this way, but never really needed to like
Yeah,
we did last year.
now we were forced
so-
to do it. So we were forced to figure it out and use it and yeah, figure out how to like make the best of it, I would say.
And we've been using it for the next album that we've been working on.
Yeah.
So it does make.
In some ways it's easier, in some ways it's more difficult. Now that we can be in the same room together because we're vaccinated and all that, and that whole thing is kind of behind us. We still use Splice because obviously we can't be together in the same room every day working on music, but it's a good kind of way to start tracks, and then we'll get together once a week or however when we can, and then we're collaborate that way. But even when we're not in the same room, we can use this Splice application and kind of work on the same tracks together, but not in the same room and not at the same time. It's pretty amazing, really.
Awesome. Can you give us any details on the new record you're working on?
Sure. Yes. Honestly, I think it's actually even better. Like the stuff that we're coming up with now is it's kind of more like, again, it's still the old school industrial metal sound, but we're kind of like focusing it more, and it's just like I don't know.
I would say it's just all of our good ideas and what we're really confident about with this album, we just
expanding, right?
Just expanding on that, and yeah, so it's I would say it's better.
But of course those tracks won't come out for a while. We had,
yeah, but I mean we've had
it takes us a while to like
it takes us a
through.
while. I mean, some of those tracks are 2020 tracks,
Like the ones on
some of the new tracks.
Right.
I think we have about like 17, 18 plus the 2 remixes.
That's the other thing I wanted to mention, is that we have a couple of remixes that are going to be coming out later this year. So that's what's on the horizon now. But then after that, the new stuff will be coming shortly after. I assume probably early next year. We've kind of been having this early each year release cadence that I kind of want to try to keep going with. Like last year, actually, right when the pandemic first started, we released our first 3 songs. It was like an EP called One or I, however you want to pronounce it. But so we released those three songs in I think it was March of last year, and then we released this full length in April of this year. So it's if we can keep going with that one release every year, like early in the year, I'll be happy with that sort of release cadence. So hopefully we can get that going next year too.
And any plans to play live anytime soon?
Definitely. It's been weird to kind of go from trying to play all the shows we can to then just not doing anything live for a year, obviously because of the pandemic. But things are starting to come back around now, and I'm just kind of in the process of reaching out to different promoters around here, trying to get some more shows. I also have reached out to some promoters out of town. We would like to start. That's one thing we haven't really done yet. Even before the pandemic, we really only played in South Florida. More specifically like Miami and Fort Lauderdale, but we would love to get over to Tampa and Orlando and even Atlanta,
New York,
eventually New York, LA, Chicago. Yeah. So I mean, but for the foreseeable future this year, definitely at least play some shows outside of Miami, like around Florida and some other cities. So definitely planning that.
Cool. And how did you guys come up with the name Floorless for the project?
Yeah, I mean, we really just had a shared
notes
in
iPhones.
Yeah, we must have had 500 plus names, and we couldn't decide on any of them. I was, really about a few of them. Matt was about a few of them. I just liked what he was about, so we just met somewhere in between.
It was sort of the name that we both disliked the least.
Yeah.
So, because like you said, literally like 500 names that we went through, like trying to like decide on what to pick. And,
yeah, you know, more than half those names already taken.
Exactly. It's not just what name sounds good. You have to also then find out what's not taken, and you know, what
2019.
There is another
coming up with a band name. Yeah.
There is another Floorless on Spotify, but their last album came out like in early 2000s, so I think we're good on that.
It's like hip hop, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of it was I think you came up with the name. I don't even know how you must have come up with that.
It was just one of the many names I came up with. There's no secret meaning behind it or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think I came up with it.
Yeah, I think so too, but I who knows what it means. I mean, ultimately,
it's whatever you want it to mean.
That's true. But you know, like sort of after deciding on the name, we sort of tried to explain it in saying that you know, if there's no floor, you kind of just like fall into hell. So it's sort of there's no floor. We just keep going down, you know, into hell. And,
yeah, I don't know. I don't like that anymore. But
it's not cheesy. Whatever.
At the time, it sounded good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if people want to find you online, look you up on social media, get your music, how do they do that?
So our new album Telepath is on all streaming platforms. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever else you use.
YouTube.
We have an Instagram at Floorless Noise. We have a YouTube at Floorless Noise. We have I know it's kind of silly, but I just made a TikTok. I posted a video like just shredding one of our riffs, and it's actually gotten you know, some pretty good you know, attention.
Yeah, I think we're just going to focus on TikTok videos from now on.
We're going to just release music only on TikTok from now on. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Floorless Noise. You can find us anywhere that way. Follow us on Instagram. We have a pretty good presence on there as well. Oh, Facebook too. Floorless Noise.
So yeah, all over the social media basically.
That's right. We don't have a website yet, though. We're still thinking about doing that.
Bandcamp is...
Bandcamp. We're just Floorless on Bandcamp. We don't have to have the Floorless Noise. There was actually no Floorless on Bandcamp aside from us, so
it's a miracle.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we chose it, because there was actually no Floorless on Bandcamp, so here we are.
Well, Bandcamp is a great site for artists.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We love it, and we're going to have actually a physical vinyl record coming out soon, and also a cassette.
Cassette, yeah.
So we're going to post that physical merch on Bandcamp soon, so you will be able to, if you're interested in picking up some physical media, we'll have some vinyl and cassettes on Bandcamp shortly. We're also going to make some shirts and stickers and pins and stuff, all that stuff, so it's coming soon.
Awesome, yeah, merchandise is really important.
Very much, yeah. This will be the first stuff we've made. We've been together since, we say, late 2018. We've played a bunch of shows. You know, we've released a couple of albums, and we have no physical merchandise at all. So this will be the first time we laid that foundation there, and now we're gonna.
It's time. You know, years have passed, so
it's past time, really.
I guess we need those shirts and pins.
People ask for it, you know. So, but of course, all this stuff, you know, takes money, and being in like a heavy metal band in the year 2021 is not necessarily you know, the fastest route to financial you know, success or whatever. But we're working through it and building
equipment.
Too much equipment. Yeah,
too many technical problems.
Oh my God! Just like the equipment that it takes. Like, I mean, half of our equipment is literally from the 1980s or early 1990s. Like, you know, trying to like sort of replicate that sound, and just like going through equipment that sometimes doesn't work, and you have to like replace it, and just like find this stuff on eBay and all this stuff. It's just been such a pain, but ultimately I feel it's very worth it. You know, because I feel that our sound is pretty authentic, but aside from that, you know, it's also like a lot. It's kind of actually a lot heavier than that old stuff too, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, we are updating the sound in our own way, but keeping it still classy. You know,
not cheesy.
Not cheesy. still has the same kind of spirit that all of the old industrial stuff had back in the day. So I think that's really the point, especially with the equipment that we're using. I mean, we're not using modern plugins, and we are, but
it's some modern stuff,
when
some
needed,
old school stuff, yeah.
When needed, yeah.
But that's what makes us sort of unique, because we have that old sound, but also, you know, we can
as much hardware as possible, for sure.
Right, a lot of hardware, for sure. That kind of was like off topic from the original question.
Even with, yeah,
it's all good. I know you mentioned I know you mentioned influences as Ministry and 9 Inch Nails. Do you have some other old school industrial influences?
Definitely Godflesh is a big one. I mean, the University of Miami radio station said, is quoted as saying that we sound like an even darker, more evil Godflesh. I was like super proud of that that description there. Outside of that, you know, a lot of those are like the main old school, and those, I mean, other like Skinny Puppy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't use guitars a lot, but you know,
there's a lot of influences. Even The Cure's Pornography is a big one for me.
Yeah, a lot of goth stuff too, like Typo Negative.
Typo Negative for sure.
You know, then stuff like Catatonia, My Dying Bride, stuff like that. I'm really influenced by. So yeah, not just industrial, but also the goth metal for sure is a big influence.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to what you guys have coming up in the future, and it was good talking with you, and everybody look them up.
Thanks, Michael. Really, really nice to be on here.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And for everyone watching, I've linked their music in the video description, so go check that out.